story of a farmer on a tractor.
Okay, can I tell the story now?
No. Yeah, so.
I can tell the story now, can I? As I was saying, life is full of surprises. Those of you who read my Instagram will probably already have a clue of what I'm going to tell you now, but I've just been fetching hay in from the fields, the 2 satellite fields out to the farm over the road. The bales on the far side, I've decided to leave them out a bit longer and let them sweat because a couple of them are a bit green. But there are 7 bales in the little paddock down the road, and I thought, you know what, I want to bring them home, I want to shut the gate and lock it up, so I'll do that. But anyway, while I was moving the bales at the big field, I saw this police van drive up and down the road. I thought, oh, Rozzers. Anyway, he stopped on the common outside the gate where I was working, and I thought, oh, he's just exercising the dog. Didn't think anything of it. So I finished stacking the bales out in the field, drove out, down the road, down to the little paddock, and went to pick up a bale out there. Now, coming out of that little paddock with a bale on the front is, I will happily admit, a bit dodgy. Okay, because the hedge, the road, you can't actually see very far. So you have to really creep out ever so slowly and try and keep everything on my side of the road in case anybody's heard it, because it's a 60-mile-an-hour road. So I'm pulling out of the gateway very, very gently, trying to keep the bale on my side of the road, and all of a sudden, as I'm just halfway at the gate, this police van stops in the road, puts his hand up.
I'm going.
You can answer, go on, because the dog is disturbing my story.
Oh no, not your story.
He's telling me he's ruining my story. So there I am in the tractor thinking, oh God, I'm gonna get told off for, you know, dangerous load or unsafe driving, or should have a banksman or something like that. I'm gonna get told off. So with that, the copper stops in the road, jumps out of his van, comes up to the tractor cab, chucks this in through the window of the tractor cab. He goes, there you go, mate, it's a present for the dogs. And then he jumped back in his van and he was gone. And I'm there going, thank you very much. Thought I was going to get told off, but instead I got duck fillets. So now I don't know if the police dog handler is going around to local farmers and handing out these to everybody. Can't imagine why. Or I don't know if maybe you're a subscriber to our channel, and is that yours or mine? Mine. Was it? Oh, present for you. All right. So if you are a subscriber to the channel, and this is you when you did it, thank you very much indeed. And next time you pass in, do call in for a cup of tea. Seriously. So we regularly get certain visitors come in for a cup of tea. So, and the door is usually open if I'm here. Anyway, I'm not going to open this one yet, but I've had another parcel come in the post. But that I'm going to open later on, because right now I have to go to Tidderington, because in 25 minutes we got a part 1 TB test on those 10 cattle. And I just need to get that done. Back over here. What did you do then? Come here and do that again.
No, I'm
just
injured.
stand there and do that again. Go, come on. I'll slap the bit you're not injured.
No.
Come on. Did you do?
No.
Did you go like that?
Yeah.
Oh, woe is me.
Woe is me.
I think there's at least one hand mark on, which left or right?
Neither. Very short, you can't tell me that.
That, Holly.
What your door did to me?
My door?
Your door.
Which door?
Patio door.
Patio. There's a T in patio.
Patio.
Door.
Door.
Who opened it?
Me.
Why did you open it?
I just small child outside.
Well, that's a good reason to open it. Did you close it behind her?
No, because it's got...
So you let her back in again?
No, she didn't come back in, she went back that way.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. Hang on. Oh.
Where was me?
Where was you?
Okay,
Thank you.
I'm reading a book now. Have fun.
Yeah, I got to go.
Itchy bug.
Yeah, see you later.
See you later.
Bye. yeah, so there you are. I thought you'd be interested in the story. Came back and told the women the story. Of course, I elaborated a little bit, and they're all thinking I'm going to get done by the law. And then I tell them I get my present. So, yeah, so seriously, if that's you, sir, thank you very much indeed. Very much appreciated. Lovely surprise. It's actually made my day. And next time you pass in, yeah, call in and say hello. Next job. Right, well, I am back from part 1 TB testing those 10 young cattle at the other farm, the 10 that are coming to us. And to say they were lively, well, let's put it this way: if they wanted to go for that corner of the gate or that corner of the gate, you would not stand in their way. You're better off getting out of the way and let them hit the gate. Yeah, feisty is the polite word for it. So anyway, part 1 is done. Part 2 will be more exciting because we've got to take horns off 7 of them. But right, I've come home to have my lunch, which is now heated up in the microwave. But before I do that, I am going to open this fragile thing. Doesn't say where it comes from, does it? Go find a gift. Okay, so I don't know who sent this, or even if I will find out who sent this. I don't know what it is, but it's fragile. Okay, enjoy your gift from Jim Gin. Okay, thank you, Jim. Are you sitting there hoping it's something delicious? Biscuit's down there wagging her tail going, is it for me? What is that? Oh, well, that is very, very thoughtful. Okay, so I've got a clock made from slate, and it's been personalised. I don't know if you can read all that on there. Just in case you can't, it says Ian, Julie, Sam, Emma, Abby, Holly. Come on then, Dexter's Road, number 11, Biscuit, skid steer's rule. That was from Jim Gin. Thank you, Jim. Yeah. It's a clock. It's a wall clock made out of slate, a personalised one. It's really rather nice, actually. Eh? You want it up there? It's not, actually, it would probably go up there. It's not too big.
Well, I've got a shelf, have I? I went there.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Right. Okay. Thank you, Jim. That's very, very kind of you. Sounds like Mrs. P is going to have that in her office. Right, if you folks will excuse me, I'm going to have my dinner. It's 2 o'clock now. No, 10 past 2. I need to go and put the Lotus back on the tractor and drive back over to Tudor Farm and spin that grass again. So, never a dull moment. Right, continuing on from the little bit of news earlier today when I said that I'd been stopped by an officer of the law, dog handler, and given some dog treats. I have now been messaged by the same officer. I'm not going to give names away because he hasn't said anything about mentioning him or anything like that, so you can stay incognito. All I'll say is that this officer had travelled down from north to go and help police a rather important event, shall we say, down in south, and that he'd called in on the way because obviously he watches Farmer P, so I'm not going to say a name, but thank you very much again. And he'd made a detour on the way back up because we're only 4 miles off the junction 14 of the M5. He's obviously coming back up the M5. He made a detour off specially to find me and give me the bag of dog treats. And even though all he said was, here's something for the dogs, that's literally all he said to me, and handed me the bag. I kind of even feel guilty now because I wish if I'd known where he'd been, where he was going, the journey he was doing, and what he'd done, I literally would have invited him in for a cup of tea there and then. So anyway, I've messaged him back and said if ever he's travelling south again and coming past, ring, come in, have a cup of tea. So yes, because to be honest, I honestly didn't know earlier if he was a subscriber, somebody who watched Farmer P, or if it was something, a local policing thing. I really didn't know. So, but it was fair. It was a lovely surprise. So, and fair play to him. So anyway, looks like he got home safe. Everybody's happy, and yes, although I haven't actually opened a bag of treats yet because we've already got one that they're halfway through on another one, they will be getting that. And although one or two have mentioned that I will not be eating any of those myself. So thank you again, thank you. Right, it is 8 o'clock. I have finished all my tedding for today. Weather's picked up a little bit. It went black earlier. I'm a little bit concerned about the weather because I was working on rough weather coming in on Thursday, which gave me time to make hay down at the farm. Although it may not be completely dry, it would be dry enough that I could round bale it and let it sweat. Seems to have changed a little bit now. The rough weather's coming in Wednesday evening, which should still give us time to do it, but if it comes any sooner, then I'm going to be possibly making some extremely dry haylage, which just means it's very expensive hay. But it's just one thing where we can't control the weather. We literally have to go with whatever the conditions are when we go. So anyway, so that clears up. For those people wondering why on earth a copper had come in and stopped us, he literally came and found me out. So he saw me in the field, sussed out who it was, stopped me in the middle of the road, handed over the doggy treats and disappeared. So yeah, very thoughtful, I thought. So yeah, I'm touched, not just by the sun. Right, so like I say, 8 o'clock. I am now going to go on and start editing, so I'll probably be in here for another hour and a half, and then I'm going to have a break.